think we have a pretty good amount of homework. Sometimes I'm like, wow, I really don't want to do homework right now. But other times, it's usually in 8th grade, maybe it's probably like 20 minutes per class, and sometimes we'll have homework in classes. And a lot of times teachers will give us something that's due on Friday, like a bigger assignment, and they'll give it to you on Tuesday. So you should really plan out. They give you a planner, a Willis planner, and just write down all the homework. And so it's probably about, for me, 45 to an hour every day.
What about 6th grade? What would you guys say?
Well, it depends actually, because sometimes you just, for some reason, you finish it in class or something because they give you time. But if you never finish anything in class, it's probably about 20 minutes.
Yeah, and but there are some classes that you know, like certainly that you're gonna have homework, like every day. But there's some classes like sometimes the teacher will give you homework, but that's like really rare, and sometimes.
Can I, as the administrator, also respond to that a little bit? What you're hearing in part is really middle school appropriate, and in my tour group already heard this. But 6th grade, the beginning part of the year, they're adjusting to numerous teachers a different schedule. If we give them an hour of homework on top of them getting used to that, we're not going to get what we need out of them in terms of students. In 7th grade, we talked a lot, like Allison, you're working with Mr. Marusek to write a paper. They're writing their first 5-paragraph essay. That needs to be done in school because Mr. Marusek needs to see what they're doing. I think the jump in 7th to 8th is that there's a little bit more independent work. You notice Brooke said, we get something due on Friday. They have to now start to do those things that they had really done in class on their own, but then with checks from teachers. So I think there's going to be some variability, but also just in terms of thinking about middle school, it's teaching those skills. And so you're finding the balance from doing in classroom to doing independently at home.
I just wanted to talk about sort of what Ms. Sherdock hit on a little bit was the same thing that Brooke said was getting a project at the beginning and having it on Friday. One skill that I kind of had developed in elementary school pretty well was time management, and that's splitting up all your homework. If you look and you get a bunch of projects, and say you have a project in 4 classes, you can look through and say, okay, well, I'll work 20 minutes on each of these projects, and I'll be able to have it done by the end of the week and turn it in on Friday.